Okay, so what we're gonna do today is my take on shrimp and grits. First thing, I use instant grits. And then we're gonna do colossal shrimp and some baby lobster tails, which is just like a cool, fun, sort of like elevates the shrimp and grits a little bit. We're gonna put some onions, some celery, some garlic, and some fresh mushrooms. Then we have whipping cream, smoked paprika, salt, pepper, obviously. I am from the country. It is what it is. Accent, it's MSG. I know, but just a sprinkle of that, olive oil, butter, and then finishing off with chicken broth. We're gonna do some onions real quick. Onions always make me cry. I've read all these stupid ass things that say like, oh, if you put water in your mouth and blink your eyes 42 times, you won't cry. It doesn't work for me. Garlic is the bane of my existence. A, because it's just so messy. It's like undressing a drunk person after they've been out all night. It's just shit everywhere. I'm only gonna do one, I think it's called a rib of celery. I could be very wrong. I like to layer things. I don't just dump all the vegetables in at the same time. I'll put the onions in for a few seconds, let those cook. Then I'll put the garlic in for a few seconds, let that cook. Then I'll add the mushroom and let that cook. So we're done with the veggies. Now we're gonna go on to the seafood. Okay, so now we have colossal shrimp, and then we have mini little lobster tails. They're so cute. So in order to open them, it's very simple. So I just take my trusty kitchen scissors, crack, open. Now we're gonna go on to seasoning. If I'm using butter for something and you need to use olive oil, do your thing. Do what you please and do it with ease, that's what I say. So I always start with salt, then we'll go with that Old Bay spice blend. MSG, where I come from, stands for My, that show is good. I'm just saying. And then a little bit of paprika. So most people just make these into like, you know, the standard crescent rolls, which is totally fine. But like I said, I'm gonna give you like a little fancy schmance. Just lay them straight out flat like that. So let's start out by making the grits first. I'm making grits that are not like standard Southern. If my grandmother could see this, she'd be like, girl, that's not how you make grits. But this is my interpretation. Let's use 1/4 cup of grits, a 1/2 cup of chicken stock, and a 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream. It's just gonna give it a lot more flavor. I heard somebody call them grit once. Do you want some grit? And I was like, just one? Cause what? Okay, yeah, so now we can throw the veggies in. Remember what I said before? I like to do them separately. If I add anything else during the cooking process, it's just optional. So just drop her on it. You're gonna wanna add butter. If butter is not the poison you wanna use, and you wanna use olive oil, I might judge you a little bit, not a lot. Take your heavy whipping cream, drop her right in there, probably about 1/2 cup. And I don't like to mix my pot around a lot. Let it sit for a second. That's okay. You know, shrimp aren't needy. You know, it's not a relationship. You don't have to be around it all the time. You don't have to touch it all the time. You can leave it alone. They're not that needy. Yeah, so I'm grabbing some honey. I'm gonna take that while this little thing is still a little warm. Just give it a really nice, quick, small drizzle, not a lot. You want it to be sweet, but you don't want it to be too sweet. Sort of like how I am in real life. And now you can start tasting your food because everything's cooked. Boom, good, I like it. Grab a handful of parsley, drop her on top, just like that. It just looks pretty. Oh yeah. Creamy grits is where it's at. I had no idea. Oh shit. Okay, so for me, plating is really important. I know, it's like, because I worked hard on this shit. I want it to look nice. So I like to push it down, give it a little indent. Then you take those cute little triangle crescent rolls that you made earlier, stick it in the side. See this one? Boop. They'll love it, it's amazing. Time to eat. That's good.